For some reason, I just cannot make this video. I've made this video about 4 times, and the editing just didn't come out right for some reason. It just kept freezing up on me, and it wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. And I thought I was recording, and I spent like 20 minutes recording a video, and it didn't work. Then the videos that I did, it was just a nightmare. Okay, but I'm determined to get you this message. Okay, and today I want to talk about Bitcoin. All right. Um, I just want to give you some basics into Bitcoin, because I'm on the bandwagon. I believe in Bitcoin. I should have. Only regret I have is that I didn't buy it sooner. Um, it just didn't work out. Sometimes things just aren't meant to be. I'm a big believer in fate and destiny. So, with that being said, let me get into this video.
Gotta get them dollars. Say what? Get it. Gotta get them dollars. Say what? Get it. Get it. Gotta get them dollars. Say what? Get it. Gotta get them dollars. Go.
Low money is better than no money, cause even below money you can still grow money, yes sir. Low money is better than no money, cause even below money you can still grow money, yes sir.
Get it. Gotta get them dollars. Say what? Get it. Get it. Gotta get them dollars. Say what? Get it. Gotta get them dollars. Say what? Get it. Get it. Gotta get them dollars.
Baby, gotta eat, get money. New shoes for your feet, get money. You want a sensei and a piece, get money.
And also, I'm making this video now, but all my videos are not going to be about Bitcoin. I just want to bring positive and beneficial information your way. I'm just talking about the basics here. And if anybody would like me to make a video more in depth, then I'll do that. Just let me know in the comment section. Okay. It's been quite a journey. I've learned a lot so far, but I'm just going to give you some basics. Okay. So what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a digital currency. All right. Bitcoin is also a commodity. Okay. You can trade Bitcoin and it accrues value. There are only 21 million Bitcoins that will ever be made for the entire world of 7 billion people or more. Right now, 18 million Bitcoin have been mined, and that leaves 3 million left. Okay. Since the inception of Bitcoin, is just creating more and more value. Okay. It fractions down better than the dollar. All right. The smallest increment of Bitcoin is called a Satoshi. I believe that's 1/1000th of a cent. Yeah, 1/1000th of a cent. All right. Currently, one Bitcoin can be purchased for roughly $37,000 the last time I checked. Okay, the prices fluctuate daily, but annually it continues to rise. Okay, at one time one Bitcoin was like less than a penny, and today, February 4th 2021, now one Bitcoin is going for about $37,000. All right. I was gonna tell you, look, one of my lights went out. Well, I was gonna get into the creator of Bitcoin, just really quick. His name is Satoshi Nakamoto. At least that's his pseudonym. No one really knows who this guy is that created it. His intention was to create a digital currency that could be controlled by the people. All right. Our U.S. dollar is controlled by a central bank. All right. They're not controlled by the government. The Fed, they create the money. They're called the federal bank, but they're not anything to do with the government. They loan money to the government. Okay. And the government use that money the government gives them IOUs, and the government use that money to fund the country, whether that be for wars or whatever they need the money for. And then those IOUs are turned into bonds, and those bonds are bought up by foreign countries, and each bond is the principal plus interest. So once the government pays that back, it's a circle. Okay, so being as though the money isn't regulated by the government and it's just created out of thin air, that's what you call a fiat currency. A fiat currency is something that is not backed by anything at all. It's only backed by the word of the government. Okay. At one time, we were on the gold standard, and at one time you can take your paper currency and turn that in and get gold. Well, that ended in 1971 when I believe President Nixon decided that that wasn't going to happen anymore. And since then, uh, we've printed more money than gold. So there's more money in circulation than we actually have in gold reserves. Okay, and the more money you print and uh, pump into the country, then that's just going to cause inflation. That's why when we were young, a dollar would go a longer way than it would today. Today I don't know what you can buy for a dollar. I haven't bought anything for a dollar recently. Okay. What I want to say. Okay, so how these bitcoins are uh, recorded and monitored is since there's no central bank, it's through a blockchain. Now, a blockchain is just a network. Okay, trying to explain it, break it down real easy. It's a network of computers all through the world, and all these computers are by from everyday people from all walks of life, and these computers are controlled by an algorithm that was created by your guy and my guy, Satoshi Nakamoto. And since its creation, it has never made a mistake. It records every transaction. It knows how many Bitcoin are in circulation and who has what. Now, it doesn't know your personal identity. They're just numbers, but they know that this. Let's just say accounts. They know that in this account there's that many Bitcoin and Bitcoin over here and over here because it has to be regulated somehow. Okay, but this isn't a person. This is a computer. Okay, and an algorithm, and nobody's going to spy on you and know how much Bitcoin you have, but it has to be monitored because there's only 21 million in existence. And since there's only 21 million in existence, that means that it's a hedge against inflation. Okay, I don't know if you remember back in '07, Zimbabwe, they went through a financial crisis. Is what you call hyperinflation. Their value of their dollar kept going down, 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 down. Now, what happens when a value of a dollar goes down? That means, let's say these things, these Newports that kills more Negroes than any gun any day. Say they cost $1. Well, tomorrow, due to hyperinflation, they'll cost, let's say, $2. And then the next day, $4. And it just keeps going and going until it's out of control. But that's what happened in Zimbabwe. In Zimbabwe, a loaf of bread went up to, I believe it was like $1 billion for a loaf of bread. Um, they just kept printing money, more and more money. And then they had to create bigger notes because the smaller notes weren't any good. Like, can you imagine taking $1 billion bills to go and purchase something? That's like crazy. That's impossible. It would be too heavy. Okay, so um, that's what happens with inflation, and that's an extreme case when speaking of Zimbabwe because that was hyperinflation. Okay, that won't happen with Bitcoin. But Bitcoin can accrue value. It's traded every day. As we speak right now, one Bitcoin is $37,000. So when you go to purchase Bitcoin, I don't know too many people that have $37,000 to invest in a single Bitcoin. But you might have it. I don't know. But if you don't, you'll buy fractions of a Bitcoin, and those fractions, uh, you'll see in your account. You'll see how much Bitcoin you own, and you can watch it grow. There are some smart people, in the financial world who they're predicting that Bitcoin will rise to about $100,000 this year. Okay, and that's not surprising for Bitcoin because, like I said, in its inception, it was worth less than a penny, and now we're at $37,000. A couple of years ago, it was at 13,000. The year before that, it was 8,000. The year before that, it was like 3,000. So it's constantly going up. And like I said, the end of the year is predicted to be 100,000. And even if it don't reach 100,000, and say it hits 70,000, well, that's about double, what it's worth now. Okay, since I purchased my Bitcoin, um, I watched it grow. It's not much, so don't come looking for me if I owe you money. I'll take care of you when I get a lick. All right, got you when I hit a lick. But anyway, it's going up in value, and I just recommend that you look into it. Right now, they're offered in different types of funds. I forget what those funds are called, where a big company they pool all the money together, and uh, you know they take, like, when you get your 401k, and then that company they take and buy up a bunch of it, and break it down into fractions for everybody, because you need large sums of money to purchase these assets or commodities. But I wouldn't be surprised if pretty soon it might be part of your 401k. It's definitely a safe bet, safe hedge against inflation, because I'm telling you, if you just keep dollars and you put them under your pillow or under your mattress, it's not getting any value. And if you put it in your bank account, they ain't trying to pay nobody. They're doing nothing but charging you for checking accounts. You got to spend this much money to make it free. Like, so they're encouraging frivolous spending. Just buy, 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 buy. But we're Americans. That's what we do. That's what we've been trained to do. Just keep buying and buying and buying. But you also got to think about your future. And we're all getting older here. Some of us have grandchildren, and if not, we have adult children. So I would say just look into it. Now, how can you get Bitcoin? Okay, so one way you could get Bitcoin is from the Bitcoin ATMs that they have, all throughout the country. They might have one in your neighborhood. Another way is Coinbase. I've never used Coinbase, and I've never used the ATM, so I'm just going to tell you the one that I use. Okay, so I use Cash App. Cash App, you just link your debit card or your credit card. I'm sorry, your debit card or your bank account. You cannot buy Cash App with a credit card on Cash. You cannot buy Bitcoin on Cash App with a credit card. You can only use cash. So what you can do is, link it to one of those accounts, your bank account, and then you just purchase Bitcoin. The smallest amount you can buy is for $10. You can invest $10 into the Bitcoin. If you have reoccurring debits to your account. If you don't want the reoccurring debits, then the smallest amount you could buy at a time from Cash App is $50. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just recommend that you look into it, and if you want a more in-depth video, I can make one and explain some more details. But I just want to give it to you real quick. Bitcoin is a currency. It's like money. It spends like money. You can spend it, most places online, Amazon and eBay and all that. They take Bitcoin, but I wouldn't suggest you spend your Bitcoin because it's accruing value. Look at it as an asset. It's like some of you get into real estate, or you get into all those businesses that are popular now, that people are getting into to try to double their money, or just have some what do you call it, that cash flow that comes in when you're not working, you're just on the beach, or at work you're getting money, whatever that's called. I can't think of it right now. It's the same thing with Bitcoin. It just accrues value at the value at the value. Like don't be surprised if you see one day you might gain $100 in a day. Now, if you want to, you could take that Bitcoin and then you could cash it out and then reinvest at a cheaper price. That's one thing. And some of you day traders out there, if you come across my video, the small guys. I ain't talking about you big guys. But the smaller day traders, maybe that's your interest because you could watch it because second by second it's reflecting the price. Okay, so yeah, get into it. But if you get it, hold on to it. Like I said, in the next 10 years, one Bitcoin is projected to be worth $1 million, and I did not make a mistake when I said that. $1 million. So that's about 30 times the value right now. So if you put in 100, 30 times 100, that's $3,000. If you put in 1,000, then that's $30,000. In 10 years, that's a ridiculous. That's 3,000% in 10 years. If it happens, it might be less, but either way, it's going to be a bigger gain than any other stock market stock you can buy. Is going to be better than putting your money in a bank, definitely, and forget about under the mattress. Okay, the only other way you might be able to compete with that is starting your own business and it takes off. Okay, so if you're thinking about starting a business and it's going to take off, invest in the business and invest in the Bitcoin, because I'm telling you, it's the new wave. Like, people are going to use Bitcoin because the safest form of currency right now. And our dollar is just getting weak. Let's be real about it. What can you buy for $1 nowadays? Forget about a penny. When I was a kid, that was something. You could buy penny candy or something. You can't do that no more. So look into it, and please like the video and subscribe to it. I'm new to YouTube. I'm trying to get this down, but I have information. It's a lot of things I want to bring your way that you might not know about, and if I can help you, that's what I'm here for. Okay, so peace.